Gross motor. Does your child walk either up or down at least 2 steps by himself? He may also hold onto the handrail or wall. Yes, she does this. She's confident now going down the stairs.
I fell down the stairs.
Does your child run fairly well, stopping herself without bumping into things or falling over? Yes.
Look like she's gonna fall in. Oh gosh. Does your child jump with both feet leaving the floor at the same time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Without holding onto anything or support, does your child kick a ball by swinging his legs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your child jump forward at least 3 inches with both feet leaving the ground at the same time?
Yeah. She's very advanced physically.
Does your child walk up the stairs using one foot on
using
each
only
stair?
one foot on each stair?
No, she goes down, like, she puts one foot and then another, one foot then another.
She may hold on to how, that's what they mean. Only one foot on each stair, so like one, then another. The left foot is on one step and the right foot is on the next. Yeah, she does do that.
She don't. She goes one and then another. Have you not seen it?
Hey guys, and welcome back to another vlog. So if you're new here, I'm Natasha, mummy who runs the account, and I have 5 children ranging from 15 all the way down to 5.5 months. I actually have an appointment for Raivyn tomorrow. It's actually her developmental health review. So in my borough, they actually do it when they're 27 months old. April, May, June, July, August, 20... Yeah, so she's 28 months old now. But I guess it's when I could get the appointment. And yeah, they sent all this paperwork. So if you're familiar, I'm sure each borough would do this, each health visiting team. But I think the age that it happens varies. I'm not too sure. But my nephew had his when he was nearer 2, whereas Raivyn is over 2, and they live in a different borough. So yeah, I think it just depends. So I've got like the questionnaire to fill out. If you're not familiar with these, they call them an ASQ3 form, and it asks you about their communication, the child's gross motor skills, fine motor skills, problem solving skills, personal and social, and then a few in-depth questions. Do you think your child talks like other toddlers, for example? Can they understand, or can you understand most of what your child says? It talks about, like, do you have any concerns? Do you have any concerns about their behaviour? For instance, there's a gross motor question that says, does your child jump with both feet leaving the floor at the same time? Does your child jump forward at least 3 inches with both feet leaving the floor at the same time? Yeah, there's a few. But the reason I thought I would do a vlog on this, I'm actually going to fill this out quickly before I go to bed, so that it's done tomorrow. And I've dug out her red book as well, so I'm going to take that. But yeah, the reason I thought that I would do a vlog on this is because it's just bringing me back to when I had Immy. Now I'm backtracking a bit. Like with Raivyn, I'm sure she's gonna, I don't want to use the word pass, she is developing at the typical age that she should be. Like, she's probably past that, because people, even professionals I come in contact with, are always talking about how advanced her communication and her language is. You can hold a conversation with her, you can ask her questions, she'll answer. She can go into details about stuff that you ask. You know, she knows her colours, her numbers. She has a very large vocabulary, and she's just a very confident child in all areas. So I'm definitely not concerned. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't think you should take her for the appointment, but I'm going to take her, like, when they have developmental checks and have to see the health visiting team or anything like that, I do like to take the children. So we're going tomorrow at 11:30, and like I said, there's no concerns, but it just brings me back. It's not triggering, but it brings me back to when I had to do this for Imagen, where, if you don't know, and if you're new here, Imi is autistic. She has global developmental delay, sensory processing differences. I can't get my words out this evening for some reason. And she had no language up until last year, and she turns 8 this year. So she still uses very limited language. She would be classed, some would class her as non-verbal, some would class her as pre-verbal, but she doesn't have an understanding like Raivyn does. It's crazy because obviously Raivyn's 2, but she's developing typically, whereas Imi's 7, and she's neurodiverse, so she doesn't develop like a typical child her age. So yeah, I remember when I filled this out for Imi, and it was hard, because when you're filling something out and knowing your child can't do something, that hurts a lot. You get like a really sad feeling because you want your child to be able to do things, but it's not their fault they can't. Imi only got diagnosed when she was 5.5, but I knew from when Imi was about 14 months that she had challenges and she had difficulties, and I always knew, even before her diagnosis, that she was autistic. So I remember clearly when I went for her 27-month developmental review, I spoke to the health visitor about Imi's delays, my concerns with under certain services, then like speech and language, the paediatricians, physiotherapy. And I just said, look, you know, she's not even really meeting anything from here. She can't do anything. And talking about it now, it kind of makes me well up inside. But she's come so far right now. She's come really far, and she's doing really well. And the health is like, I don't even know why they have brought you in for this appointment. She actually apologized and said, I'm really sorry, because it must be so disheartening and hard for you to have to fill out this form and see physically that your child is not anywhere near what a 27-month-old is. She couldn't jump, she couldn't really walk, she couldn't talk, she couldn't make eye contact, she couldn't respond to her name, she couldn't balance, she couldn't ride a bike or a scooter, she wasn't aware of danger, she used to have a lot of accidents. She was just triggered by a lot, and that's not even half the things she couldn't do. So when I look back at this, yeah, it brings back sad memories, and it takes me back to a place where our journey was just beginning, our fight was just beginning, and we had challenges. And to know my daughter wasn't meeting any of her milestones in, you know, so many different areas, it was a hard pill to swallow, because you want them to be like a typical child. No one wants their child to have challenges or delays. You want your child to thrive. But that was, what, 5-6 years ago now. But just doing it for Raivyn has just brought it back up. But there's a different feeling this time round, because I know that Raivyn is developing like a typical child. And because like Imi kind of missed certain stages of her development, sometimes like I have to ask people who have like a 2-year-old or a 2.5-year-old, is this what Raivyn should be doing? Because Imi missed that stage. And my last child that developed typically was Amaya, and Amaya is 14 this year, so it's a massive gap. And I find that Imi's going to be 8 this year, and Raivyn and her, they learn from each other, but Raivyn is so advanced. She's crazy advanced. It is mad. And you can see the difference, but we're not taking away the fact that Imi has thrived so much. She has made amazing progress, and for me, as long as I'm seeing progress, I'm happy. You know, I've always accepted that I have a child who is developmentally delayed. She's autistic. She sees the world differently. I know there's some parents out there that find it difficult, but Imi is who she's meant to be, and she is loved so much. We are so overprotective of her, and she had early intervention. I think that's really helped. She went to a specialist nursery where she was getting speech and language. She was getting physio, occupational therapist, and she's been fortunate to have that support from when she went to her specialist nursery. She's now in a base, and she still gets that support, so that has really helped her thrive. Her progress is absolutely amazing. She actually uses an AAC device now, and I keep saying I need to do a vlog on her AAC device, which I will, and I also need to do like a more in-depth vlog of her needs and her autism as a whole. There is a video on here of when she got diagnosed, but I haven't spoken about it as a whole, so I will do that. But yeah, she has made amazing progress in all areas, like her speech, even with like her mobility, her fine motor, her gross motor skills. She still has challenges, however, and she still needs to be supported. She still needs like one-to-one, constant supervision, constant prompting, just constant looking over. But the main thing is she's made progress and continues to make progress. And like friends and family that's known Imi from when she was younger can see it, and that's amazing that they can see how far she's come on. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that, because yeah, we've got this appointment tomorrow, but like I said, different feelings. I'm just going to fill everything out now and look through it, but yeah, I'm not concerned with Raivyn's development at all. Thank you for tuning in to this vlog, one which was a bit more personal and sensitive because it has brought up some feelings of sadness, talking about when Imi had her developmental review. But yeah, like I said, it is a different feeling this time around because we are at a different stage with a different child who is doing amazing. So thank you for tuning in, and yeah, maybe I can give you an update on how the appointment goes tomorrow if I'm able to, but if not, I'm positive that yeah, they're not going to be concerned at all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next vlog, guys.